What's up, everybody out there in YouTube land? Rat251 here. This video was not requested. I just stumbled upon it, while trolling around on YouTube, looking for material. And I found this. This is Overwatch versus TF2, but explained with food. And it's by somebody named Doug. Okay, so this just seemed really damn intriguing. So I was like, you know what? I have to know what the hell this is. What the hell is going on? Alright, so let's check this out. See what he's doing here. Let's go.
I think Overwatch versus TF2 is like making dessert. Playing Overwatch is like you're baking a gourmet cake. There's 6 of you, you're in a kitchen together, and every chef has one specific cake ingredient that they're adding. The tank puts in the flour. Then the DPSs add the sugar and the eggs and the oil. Then the supports add the baking soda and the chocolate that brings it all together. All 6 chefs here must work in combination to nail this recipe. And if they do, this cake will be one of the best you've ever eaten. That's Overwatch. Team Fortress 2 is like eating a candy bar. Candy bars just taste great on their own. Like, you don't need any other foods to make a Snickers taste good. But okay, let's say you're eating a Snickers and then you see 2 other guys eating TF2 candy bars. And so you say to them, hey, let's team up. Let's merge our candy bars into one super dish. And they're like, yeah! So you throw in your Snickers and that guy throws in Dem M&Ms and he throws in a Meta Cookie and that guy adds Hershey's Weapons Guy, and then, well, then it just tastes like a big chocolatey mess. Here's the thing. A Snickers by itself tastes like a big chocolatey mess. So does Hershey syrup. Combining candy bars together doesn't make them taste any better. It's still just a pile of delicious chocolate either way. That's TF2. So why are these games so different? Well, Overwatch characters are fundamentally designed to stay next to each other. If you want the protection from a tank's shield or to be healed by a support, you have to stand next to the tank or the support. It's just like the ingredients of a cake. They are designed to taste better when you mix them together. So if you're Junkrat, you're going to be more powerful by sticking with your team and utilizing their buffs. This is true of ultimates too. They are designed to be far more powerful when you coordinate them with your teammates. So ults primarily serve to reward teamwork. This is what makes Overwatch so satisfying, because if your team works well together, you're rewarded by becoming substantially more powerful, and it's a rush. So teamwork is what makes Overwatch fun, but these super powerful team synergies also mean you have very limited freedom to play this game your own way. You really can't be effective with a solo playstyle in Overwatch.
Yeah, that's pretty much sounds like Blizzard. They're very limiting in how they want you to play their games. You have to play their games a specific way. If you play it a different way,
in this case,
you either do crappy or you find out you're awesome at it and then they ban you. And they patch what you did.
If you play anything else. Hey, you guys want to make a red velvet cake today? I love making red velvet. What the fuck? No! Chocolate cake is the only dessert in the meta. I'm reporting you. The second big problem is that because teamwork is so crucial to winning, if you have just 1 or 2 bad teammates, that can ruin the entire game. Like if you were making a cake and your tank carefully adds the flour, and then you perfectly add in sugar, and then this dude's just eating Han's Oreos. Now the entire cake you were making is going to taste awful because that guy is refusing to actually do his part of the recipe. And since you get random teammates game to game, it's totally hit or miss of actually having a team that coordinates well and has fun. It's like you're at a restaurant where half the meals cause horrible vomiting, but the other half it's like the best steak you've ever had. But people keep eating Overwatch because goddamn, dude, the rush when your team pulls it all off is just incomparable. Like every chef on the team just nailed their job, and we made a cake so good it made Jeff Kaplan cry.
I'm getting
TF2, most characters aren't
Kitchen
designed to benefit their teammates in any way. Soldier and Demo and Scout, etc. don't have any core moves that benefit their teammates, and so you can run off on your own without being any fundamentally weaker. And this means your effectiveness as a player is only dictated by you, not by your teammates' behaviors. TF2 characters are candy bars. They taste great on their own. They don't need anyone else's flavors. Engineer and Medic are the 2 obvious exceptions here. They are very much designed to benefit teammates and help you win, but winning the game just isn't really a priority in TF2. People don't really care about the objective itself. It just serves as the dedicated spot where everybody's going to blow each other up. The game almost discourages you from trying too hard to win by frequently scrambling the teams. Or even if you and 2 other guys are like, hey, you want to team up and defend the objective? Yeah, that sounds fun. Hey, cut that out! Auto balance! So inevitably the map is full of spies and pyros and snipers roaming around having whatever little adventures pop up, and 90% of the time you'll never properly coordinate with anyone. Don't get me wrong, teamwork is still really fun in TF2, but unlike Overwatch, it's not the entirety of the game, and instead you have this incredible freedom to play in whatever style you want. Plus, TF2 maps are usually 12v12 or more, whereas Overwatch is only 6v6. This means that every individual Overwatch player has has a larger impact on their team's product. So there's more pressure for you to follow the recipe and not be a dick. There are, of course, exceptions to all of this. Teamwork in TF2 is definitely effective when it's done well, and the competitive modes like Sixes or Highlander are a great example of this, and there's definitely some Overwatch players who do find success by playing separately from their teams. But the underlying design of these games funnels players into a teamwork mentality or a solo mentality, so that 90% of the time in Overwatch you need to stick to the recipe, and 90% of the time in TF2 you're in a Snickers dance party.
You're in a Snickers dance
party.
Outside
of teamwork, I think the games mostly differ in how you can customize your experience. For example, customizing each character. In TF2, they treat each character like a fruit. And let's say you taste each one, and then you go, man, I love apples. That's my favorite. I want to eat apples all day long.
Apples
and
are
TF2
good.
goes, all right, well, I'm about to blow your fucking mind because we have different ways to eat apples. We got apple pie and apple sauce and baked apples and apple fritters and tons more. This is how TF2 classes work. There's only 9 classes, but each one has 3 changeable weapon slots with hundreds of possible combinations. So if I love the taste of Demo Banana, I can mix it up and swap in Scottish Resistance and now cover choke points. It's similar, but it's customized. Or now I swap in Sworded Boots and I'm playing Demo Banana Night. And you're like, this is awesome. They took a food I love, Demo Banana, and they're giving me different ways to cook that core flavor. Whereas Overwatch is like, you guys, we have 29 different fruits and veggies to choose from. And I'm like, oh my god, there are some really genuinely unique options here, like a McCree-cumber, or a Reaper Simmon, or a Wrecking Bell Pepper.
Wrecking Bell Pepper.
But Overwatch doesn't give you multiple ways to cook each fruit. You're only allowed to eat them raw. So let's say you try them all out and you go, Widow Mango is my favorite fruit. I love this flavor. And you're having a great time eating Widow Mango, but you might say to Overwatch, hey, I love the flavor of Widow Mango. Could you give me some ways to customize my favorite fruit? And Overwatch says,
no.
Here's a baguette. And you're like, that's cool, man, but I really like Widow Mango. Like, I would love to eat that same flavor, but in different styles. Like, a new way to enjoy the food that I already like. And they're like, here's a durian.
Here's a durian.
Overwatch doesn't let you customize your favorite characters. Instead, they just introduce new characters altogether. This is actually a really great thing if you're a player who wants a large variety in fundamental playstyles. But it also means you might get tired of that hero that you really, really love a lot faster than you might otherwise. Even more broadly, TF2 lets the community customize the maps that you can play. When Valve released TF2, it's like they opened a restaurant and they said, hey, we made a bunch of food and here's our menu of dishes to choose from, but the kitchen's unlocked. Feel free to make whatever else you want. So everybody ran into the kitchen and went nuts. And over time, the community has cooked all sorts of insane new dishes for the TF2 menu. Like one dude went, you guys, I packed 10 scoops of ice cream into one bowl. I call it a 10x crit server.
10x
and another
crit
guy's
server?
like, I took soldier flour and pieces of toast and created jump maps. And you're like, what the fuck? That's actually delicious. And another dude's like, you guys, I took that sandwich and I made it really, really tall. And that's like a real thing that people play.
Wow.
It's called Higher Tower.
Higher Tower.
Just High Tower, but the tower is really tall now.
Holy
so over the years,
shit.
people took TF2's map editor and custom servers and created crazy new genres like jump maps, Sexton Hail mod, randomizer, tons more. The community expanded TF2's restaurant menu to have almost infinite dishes to choose from, and this has drastically increased the game's longevity and enjoyment. But when Overwatch opened their restaurant, they said, here's our menu of food, you can eat these specific things. And over time, they've added new items to the menu like 3v3 or brawls. And these dishes all taste great, but the point is that Overwatch, and only Overwatch, controls the entire menu. And as a result, it's a pretty limited menu. Like if you go in there and you try to order
I don't know what the hell
this
is with Blizzard. Blizzard seems to hate customization.
Isn't on
they
our menu.
hate fan input.
6v6.
I've noticed that they seem to hate it with a passion.
Great, but I thought it'd be fun to make my own type of meal. And they're like, here's a durian.
Here's a
this
durian.
Isn't so much a flaw of Overwatch, it's just a big missed opportunity. They
it's
don't
a flaw
give the
of Blizzard, man. They do that with every single game they make.
And this unnecessarily limits ways to make the games fun. And it's especially frustrating because Blizzard's older games did
and they ban everybody
Warcraft
who did the
3
thing
is
before.
legendary because of custom maps. Blizzard made these incredible RTS ingredients and then said, hey, the kitchen door's unlocked. Go make whatever you want. And so some frog started a 5v5 eating contest and literally invented Dota. And another dude invented Tower Defense and Hero Arenas, and a million other iconic games. Warcraft 3 made the ingredients, and the community made the menu. And it sucks when you see Overwatch's ingredients, which are so creative and cool, and you just wonder what kind of amazing meals we might be eating if Overwatch just let us play with our food. At this point, I play more TF2, but it just depends on how I'm feeling, right? Like,
and
if
there
it's
you go. That's
long
why
day and I want to dick around, play my favorite character, and not worry about
some of these new characters they add
is the
completely unbalance the game.
But Overwatch can be fucking awesome.
Blizzard
the characters and ultimates are
balancing.
super creative, and if you have a great team, the feeling of working together and accomplishing a plan is one of the best feelings in gaming. Eating a gourmet cake is always going to taste better.
And it's also
than
one of those
eating a
games that is
Snickers.
very
really
unforgiving to new players who aren't
cake has
experts and
Honzo
people
in it.
hate you.
Hey, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, subscribing to my channel is like getting free Snickers sent to your house. Only the Snickers taste like a shitty video.
Okay, that was pretty good. All right, then. My friend Doug, boom, subscription for me. Holy crap, he's only got 44K subs, even with my sub. Oh, man. Dude, I mean, that was an in-depth, very accurate, very honest analysis, and you don't really see that. But I understand a lot of the problems with Overwatch are things like that. It's not the problem with the game, it's a problem with Blizzard. Blizzard, these guys are such morons. And they usually I play World of Warcraft, okay? And there's a lot of videos I play where people have done like hacks and stuff like that, and not even like a hack, something that just changes the way the game is played, or just a little bit, or even just something that's kind of looks cool. And Blizzard just comes down on them like a freaking ton of bricks. There's a lot of famous stories out there. In fact, there was recently one from the last patch, the last expansion, Legion, where hunters could turn one of their hunter pets into this big, badass looking demon thing. And it was really cool looking. And they could make it stay like that. You know? And then this guy releases a video on how to do it. And like 3 days later, boom, Blizzard patches it. But yet, other times, when there's like this game-breaking glitch, like this quest that is glitched out so it's unachievable, Blizzard's like, we'll get to it when we get to it. You know, and it sits there for like 3 weeks. To the point, usually it's an optional quest, and usually people like just give up on it and just abandon it, and they don't even realize when Blizzard finally patches the goddamn thing. And be like, oh yeah, we patched that quest, you know, that everyone was complaining about, and people were like, my boy, that was like 6 months ago. Well, we had to patch and stop people from getting cool gear, making their pets look cool. You know, we had to stop them from getting into areas they weren't supposed to get into. We had to stop people from, you know, figuring out a way to defeat the boss with minimal effort. You know, we had to get rid of all that. We had to get rid of people, you know, getting out of having to grind for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks on end just to get one piece of gear. You know, we had to patch that to make sure they had to grind for all that gear, for that one piece of gear. You know, we had to get rid of that. You know, that's Blizzard in a nutshell. I mean, that's basically what they do. It's like they're trying to remove fun from their games. I don't know. Anyway, but I still play World of Warcraft. But basically, mostly because I can play it for free. Anyway, so guys, I definitely recommend clicking on the link to the original video down in the description. Get down to Doug, subscribe to him. I just subscribed to him. And before you go, subscribe to me. And don't forget to share this video on social media and say in the comments other videos you want me to react to. Don't give up on your suggestions, guys. Keep them coming. Just keep pushing it through, and I will get to it, okay, guys, as soon as I can. Don't let me forget about your suggestions, okay? Just keep going. You don't need to do it 30 times in one comment. Just keep comments coming. All right? All right. I'll see you guys next time. Tune in every day for new content, and bye-bye.